Welcome one, welcome all to Pit Road Productions for the high stakes late model series presented by No Limit Racing. Big thanks to our sponsors at P1 Sim Sports and the like, which we will certainly thank as time goes on. This is a fantastic particular round of the championship, Zippy. My name, of course, being Rhys Gardner, already gridding for the first heat, and we're getting ready to go at one of the most spectacular dirt ovals in the US. Yes, indeed. The first heat grid is already up, and we are going to be having once again 2 heats tonight. Connor Murphy starting on pole. Mason Neumiller is starting in P2 with Dwayne Hobbs and Landon Falkenberg on row 2. Aidan Lambert and Mason Setting on row 3. We have James Dorr, Logan Haynes, and Garrett Hommel rounding out our field here today, Zippy. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this one's going to turn out. Not as many drivers as there were at Bristol last round, but I think the racing should be just as exciting.
Thank you very much, Dana. I've done it again. I have forgotten indeed to unmute myself. That's got to be a personal record. You see, this is why I've been muting myself, ladies and gentlemen. I've been having a little bit of sickness lately, not just in the head, but yeah, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are indeed getting this race underway.
We're indeed rolling around the grid for the first heat here, and looking forward to bringing this all to you tonight. Of course, we do have many sponsors to thank here at No Limit Racing. Featherston Welding and Fabrication, the first up here, sponsoring Heat 1. We want to thank them sincerely. A mobile welding and fabrication shop located in Overland Park, housing a specialist with 17 years worth of experience. Adrian, the man under the hood, has many qualifications, with some including underwater welding, nuclear and pressurized pipe. Give him a call for a quote today on 816-826-6065. Well, we are getting ready here for the first heat, and Connor Murphy has got that pole position, waiting for the call to the green flag as the pace truck is going to be pulling in momentarily, and we'll get ready for some high-speed racing around Eldora. Power down, and we are away into the first turn. Murphy leads, with Dwayne Hobbs trying to attack down low to get second place. They are 3 wide for the next spot on the podium. Great start already to this race. Plenty of space being given. Trying to find a way through is the number 3 of Mason Setting. This is going to be an interesting one for Mason, riding up high. We do have a lot of drivers using the high line tonight, Zippy, so we'll see if it works here in the early stages.
I gotta say, absolutely fantastic racing so far, Rhys. Connor Murphy is able to pull away about a 4/10 of the second lead, but right now, Mason Neumiller, Mason Setting, and indeed Dwayne Hobbs are battling out for the podium, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah, this is a fantastic battle. Dwayne Hobbs sitting in the back of this battle. We'll see if he has anything to do to fire one up the inside, but Mason Setting is looking very comfortable up high there. Landon Falkenberg trying to fight his way forward, and James Dorr is right with him as well. Look at the top 4. They are absolutely breaking away there, as there's a bit of contact indeed. They are letting the transfer spots get away.
Absolutely fantastic racing so far, Rhys, and it's fair to say I am definitely getting into it. As you can see there, Dwayne Hobbs and Mason Setting going side by side as they make their way around. Connor Murphy now under attack as well. P1, there's a fight. P3, there's a fight. P5, there is a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Battles happening throughout as we've got 2 laps left to go in Heat 1.
Yeah, and look at the lead that Connor Murphy has. It is barely anything, as Mason Neumiller is really pressuring him at the moment for this first heat win. We love Eldora, and this is exactly why Mason is looking for anything he can, but the yellow flag is out. It looks like we've had a bit of an escape back to the pits for James Dorr and Garrett Hommel, 2 of our returning competitors from last season. James gets a little bit of a tap there, and then jumps on the brakes, and there's nowhere for Garrett Hommel to go.
Yeah, definitely an unfortunate incident, but not one of malice by any means. It's good to see that, even though incidents happen, it's good to see it as one that was an honest mistake.
Yep, honest mistake indeed. But ultimately, caution out so that they can return to the racetrack if need be. I don't know how long their repairs are going to take there in the pits, so we might have just lost 2 from this first heat, and it looks like it's going to be a 1-lap dash to the finish. 8-lap heats tonight at Eldora, so this is going to be Mason Neumiller's last chance to get on top.
Yeah, this could actually be a silver lining for him, really. Definitely, if you could just stick the nose in at the right time, is he going to be able to slingshot himself up ahead of the 257 of Conor Murphy? Certainly the opportunity is there, but is he going to be able to deliver on it when the yellow lights go out?
For sure. Well, we're going to wait here for the pace truck. The lights are out, so we are going back into the pits this time around. Is there going to... This has actually given another chance to Dwayne Hobbs to make his way into 3rd place. There's a lot of potential here. All he needs to do is nail that run to the restart, and he'll be right on the back of Mason Setting. But I'm wondering if Lambert, Falkenberg, and Haynes have anything to give here. It's only a single lap of about 800 meters in length at Eldora. Not much time to get things sorted, but now is the time. Look at them, they're already looking for the inside there. Hobbs gets great traction and will try and pass Mason Setting for the podium places. Mason Neumiller gives chase to Conor Murphy. Here we go. Final lap, final couple of turns. They're all together. Up the inside goes Aiden Lambert, but hits the inside wall, and it looks like Conor Murphy has done enough to take victory in the first heat. Mason Neumiller and Mason Setting are your top 3. Dwayne Hobbs unable to get back past him there. They are still racing up the front, but trust me, the race is over. And that's going to be the checkered flag in the first heat. So Murphy, Neumiller, and Setting transfer straight through into the feature. And then we have Hobbs, Haynes, Lambert, Falkenberg, Doran Hommel, our 2 retirements from the first heat there. Far from ideal for them. And we are going to jump into Heat 2 now with Tyler Bickford on top, with Dakota Proud alongside him on the front row. Adam Tyler Scott and Tyler Schoen are your second row, with Jordan Schoen joining Tyler there. Julian Shanks on the third row. Cameron Stefanski, who won the feature last week at Bristol. He's going to start alongside Trevor McCoy on the fourth row, with Shane Leggett. Now Braden Leggett in the 9th and final place. So here we go once again for Heat 2, brought to you by Twisted Speed, your one-stop shop for all setup needs. With Twisted Speed, you're driven to success with a motto built around wins and customer satisfaction. Use code TWISTED-INFAMOUS to get 10% off your new journey. Twisted Speed providing setups for many drivers in the No Limit Racing League.
Incredible timing there, Rhys, as I was just actually having a drink there, but fantastic stuff. Again, I'm really looking forward to this race. I just keep getting more and more into this dirt stuff, and certainly I'm very much encouraging these guys to see what they can do with Dirt Road Series as well.
Yep, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see if they get the jumpy trucks going soon, as the lights are up for Heat 2, and we'll have the lead for Tyler Bickford right away as they fan out behind to try and get a bit of extra advantage. Dakota Proud is getting the traction very nicely out of the corners and is pressuring the back of our leader, but it's side by side for third. Tyler Schoen and Adam Tyler Scott, they'll be fighting tooth and nail over the final podium place for sure, and it looks like a bit of line variance for our leaders here. Dakota Proud gets up the inside, tries the slide job on Tyler Bickford, but it doesn't work in the short term.
Yeah, we definitely got a four-way fight for the lead right now. Tyler Bickford, is definitely holding on, but for how long? Tyler Schoen, he was an absolute hot shot at the last round, had great attrition. Well, it looks like he's doing a good start to the evening as well so far in Heat 2. Looking to apply a bit of pressure there as he's managed to make 2 places up so far.
running the sort of middle line now, as that seems to be the way to go around this track. Not running too high. Probably will refresh the top for later on, and some great outside moves could come from that. But Tyler Shane is already looking to ramp up there around the outside. He's going to secure the move. Gets up the inside on Tyler Bickford, but the cutback once again. Dakota Proud tried it, and then Tyler Shane tried it. It hasn't worked so far. Jordan Shane, meanwhile, is looking to put some distance between himself and Cameron Stefanski, who's doing all right for himself at the moment. But Tyler Bickford now, he's trying to get the outside run. We're only going to have one lap to go when we get across the line next. Bickford getting into the wall. Adam Tyler Scott, let's see what he can do to try and grab this heat victory. White flag is out, and he's going to cut down to the middle, try and get the inside line on exit. They are almost 3 wide for the lead, and look at the traction, the incredible traction there from Tyler Shane. He is going to run up the inside, but Bickford is right there to get him back, and across the line they will go side by side. It looks like Bickford managed to grab that one, but only just. That's 59 thousandths of a second, Zippy.
That was definitely a really, really tight heat race, and certainly a lot of fun as well. And certainly one that Race Control would have approved of, as we can see here, the results. Tyler Bickford was able to get first with Tyler Shane in second. Adam Tyler Scott took third with Dakota Proud in fourth. Jordan Shane in fifth with Cameron Stefanski in sixth. Trevor McCoy took seventh with Braden Leggett there in eighth. And Julian Shanks taking up ninth as we head over to look at your next grid.
There is no next grid because we are in the warm-up now, Zippy.
Attaboy. I'm on it today, ladies and gentlemen. Can't win.
Which means we have time to do two things. The first is the points. Logan Haynes is still leading the way up the top there with Setting and McCoy in second and third. Rocketing up to 15th place in the standings is Cameron Stefanski with the feature victory at Bristol. So he's brought himself in touch with the likes of James Dorr, Landon Falkenberg, Tommy Littoral, etc. But for the moment, Logan Haynes is still the one on top.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And I gotta admit, Logan Haynes does appear to be... No, he's here today. He is indeed here today. Currently in third in this practice session.
Well, we shall give an opportunity to thank the title sponsor of No Limit Racing as well. We would love to thank Colburn Race Wraps, established in 2024, run by an active duty Navy submariner out of Georgia. Colburn Race Wraps designs logos, hero cards, t-shirts, and they also do dirt and pavement car liveries for decent pricing. A big thanks to Colburn Race Wraps for helping us to bring No Limit Racing to you. We also want to thank No Coast Customs, run by a sim racer of 12 years and established in 2023, Dana Burdick, who is also our race control today, has done it all. A former tattoo artist that took his designs from the skin to the sim. IRL paints, sim wraps, and logo creation available. Well, they are sorting out the track for the moment, Zippy. No track reset here in the warm-up, so this is going to make things interesting for the feature. Where are they going to be finding the grip?
That's definitely a very good question, and Wyatt makes a very good point. Like, hats off to these guys. I couldn't control a car like that. Me neither, Wyatt. I tried, I failed. But I think one thing we should do is give P1 Sim Sports a huge shout out. I've got to say, Kevin has been there since day one. He's been an absolute legend. And then not only that, while supporting these guys, he also does this absolutely phenomenal referral program, ladies and gentlemen. I do need to get a better picture of my example that I got sent. Certainly I was lucky enough to refer somebody, but if you do refer somebody and they sign up, Kevin from P1 Sim Sports, he will get one fabricated for you, personalized for you, with your country flag and indeed your first initial and your name, or indeed mine says Zippy on it, so don't get me wrong, bad example there, ladies and gentlemen. But it is absolutely fantastic for several different uses. You could have it as a keychain. That'd be pretty badass. Or, like me, you could mount it to your sim rig. So, again, a huge thank you there to Kevin at P1 Sim Sports for that.
Yeah, indeed. P1 Sim Sports sponsoring the A-Main here tonight, which is going to be coming up in just a second or two. So, it's a top 8 invert from the heat results when they seeded the grid. So that means Dakota Proud is going to be starting on pole for this one. Dwayne Hobbs can join him on the first row, with Adam, Tyler, Scott, and Mason setting on row 2. Tyler Shane and Mason Neumiller going to be starting 5th and 6th. Tyler Bickford and Connor Murphy on row number 4. Logan Haynes and Jordan Shane will round out your top 10.
Absolutely fantastic stuff here, Rhys. Fantastic stuff. I've lost my doohickey. There we go.
I'll continue the grid.
Carry on.
Aiden Lambert starting in 11th alongside Cameron Stefanski, with Landon Falkenberg and Trevor McCoy on row 7. Then we have James Dorr and Braden Leggett in 15th and 16th, with Garrett Hommel and Julian Shanks rounding out our field. We also had Mike Heminger and Matt Smith in the server in practice, but neither of them set times, so they are not taken to the grid. We have 18 cars for the feature here at Eldora.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. And I gotta say, I just keep getting more and more into this, Rhys. Like, don't get me wrong, this is some series we do it, and I find that I get irritated because I kind of want to drive it. Not well, but I want to drive it. This is something that I can really appreciate from a commentary, from my broadcasting point of view. It has been such great entertainment, and honestly, Rhys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this makes me want more Dirt Oval Leagues, ladies and gentlemen, which, don't get me wrong, as a road racer, that's like going over to the dark side.
It is indeed, but I've been on the dark side for many years now, Zavi, and let me tell you, it feels good.
By the dark side, he means Dirt Oval, not Australia. I just want to put that out there.
Australia counts as the dark side as well.
Fair.
We got plenty of dirt racing down here. My local track is Perth Motorplex and Ellenbrook Speedway, two fantastic venues that provide some of the best dirt racing in the Southern Hemisphere. But we are solidly in the Northern Hemisphere for the feature start here at Eldora. Off go the fireworks as Dakota Proud takes the start, and Dwayne Hobbs already motoring in second. But we got a spin instantly. We have a driver in the wall and the caution out. Looks like Aiden Lambert had a spin.
I gotta admit, that was the coolest race start I've ever seen. Fireworks straight off the bat. Let's find out exactly what happened to Aiden Lambert there. Honestly, trying to work out which car he is. There you go. He's in the middle. Gets a little bit of nudge. Honestly, looked like a little bit of netcode from my seat there, Rhys.
Yeah, it looked like potentially Landon Falkenberg was the one that made contact there, one of the red cars. So we'll bring it down here, and there's the bump. And yeah, that's Landon Falkenberg, the 021, I believe, that ended up getting him there. Unfortunate, just got a little bit too sideways coming into turn 1. Falkenberg running a much straighter line, gaining more speed. So, yeah, half racing incident, half potentially an end of line. But we'll leave it up to race control to decide that. We're already getting ready for the restart here. Lights still on the pace truck. But Dakota Proud has nailed it so far.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic stuff. I think one of them, the guys to keep an eye on is actually, I'd say, Trevor McCoy. He's a little bit further back than I would expect, but he's definitely a potent racer. I'd expect to see some results from him. James Dorr, he's telling me, coming out of the pits, I hit the wall, so I just left. James, you are so much better than that, sir. Come on, buddy, get back in there. Get back in there. You won last season, dude. Come on. Yeah,
you're the reigning champion. You have a standard to set. Come on.
Thank you, Rhys. Echoing that.
Well, in any case, it looks like we're going to be getting a single file restart here as we get things going once again for the feature at Eldora. Dakota Proud into turn 1 solidly in the lead. No dramas so far, but Dwayne Hobbs keeping it nice and smooth behind in second, seeing some moves potentially being set up behind, but Dakota Proud is working things nicely. Adam, Tyler, Scott, Mason Setting, and Tyler Shane lead this fight here for 3rd place, and Tyler is getting that speed up on corner exit. That could benefit him later, but he's not going to get a chance. The caution is back out, and it looks like it's another problem for Aiden Lambert.
Well, let's find out what happened to the young lad there. You can see he's goes in, takes the low line, gets a little bit of a slide going, and then a little bit of a nudge, and round he goes, ladies and gentlemen. And, oh, somebody else gets caught up in that as well.
Yeah, that was Braden Leggett that ended up getting into that as well. Julian Shanks was the man who made the contact initially. Lambert was trying to pass him, and it was a good move that was set up there by Aiden Lambert. He just lost a bit too much pace up high, and I think Shanks was caught out by that.
Yeah, definitely easily done. I mean, fair play. These guys are going probably the higher side of 100 mile an hour, ladies and gentlemen. So it's fair to say they're shifting. Well, I don't think these things have got gears, have they? But it's fair to say that they're shifting on with it.
Yeah, well, sprint cars don't have gearboxes. They are just a single gear car, but I believe late models have 2 gears. So there should be a bit of shifting for them, unless I've gotten my dirt car stats entirely wrong. But regardless, still a lot of power to put down to the ground in these things, and not as aerodynamically dependent as a winged sprint car, so momentum is incredibly important, and for that reason, Aiden Lambert probably might try to keep it a bit lower next time, just to avoid getting in front of the driver that he's trying to pass. They form back up double file. The lights are off on the pace truck, and we get ready to try and get some more laps on in this feature. We are scheduled for 40 green flag laps, but if we keep getting cautions at this rate, it is going to be a long night. Let's try and get a good green flag rundown, shall we? Dakota Proud takes the restart, and already side by side for second, Dwayne Hobbs under attack from Adam Tyler Scott. And he's doing nicely for the moment, but making it 3 wide briefly is Mason's setting. Look at this fight. Oh, there's a huge crash up the back. Caution's back out again.
I could hear the carnage. I'm having too much fun with this. I'm sorry.
Shanks, Lambert, Murphy, Hommel, and Jordan Shane all involved in that one, and some pretty major damage for Connor Murphy. This is Julian Shanks' perspective of it all. It happened in front of him, and he didn't have any time to react. The most damaged car looks to be Connor Murphy. This is Aiden Lambert's perspective of it all. How was this actually triggered? Again, it all happened in front of them. The 57 gets up in the wall. So, I gotta wonder whether or not this is... oh dear. That is very hard to pick, Zippy.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time as well. We just got to keep heading forward by the look of it.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, that's it. That's it. And it looks like looked like Cameron Stefanski down low sort of made him bounce off down low, and that's what triggered all of this. So Stefanski's view, probably not going to see much from there, but that is the initial run there, and they all slow up for the caution. So, pretty big incident, honestly. We have Landon Falkenberg re-emerging from the pits, at least, so it's good to see one of our drivers is back out there, but we're still waiting on Murphy, Shane, Lambert, and Hommel to return to the racetrack. It's been really rough for them.
That's Murphy's car, or what's left of it.
Yeah, that's not going to buff out easy, so... hopefully they get back out there before this caution is over, and we'll be able to get most of our drivers back out there. For the moment, yeah.
Fire 2.
Fire 2.
And just Murphy left by the look of that.
Hommel's still in there as well.
Lights are out.
So, yep. Bit too late now. So... we'll resume racing with 15 cars on the field. Dakota Proud leads us away once again and has been handling things nicely, but look at the outside run from Dwayne Hobbs. He had so much mid-corner momentum there, and it looks like he's going to try and do the same in turns 3 and 4. Dakota Proud gets a little too sideways, loses a little momentum there, and there's going to be a move for the lead of the race. Dwayne Hobbs to the inside as they are 3 wide for second place. Contact between Dwayne Hobbs and Dakota Proud. Hobbs has to get back into line in second place, and that has brought everyone right back into it. Tyler Shane now trying around the outside.
Oh.
What about Mason Setting trying around the outside? Mason is looking fantastic here up high, almost hitting the wall. They were speaking earlier in the practice session about how wall riding would be penalized, so they need to keep it out of the wall there.
Yeah, certainly, I'm trying to think which NASCAR driver it was, but it was an absolutely flippin' awesome move when he did it that actually got it banned. That's my kind of racing, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, these guys are definitely taking a couple of ulterior strategies. I did say Mason Setting would be a guy to keep an eye on. Well, he certainly is doing a good job of that right now. Further back, we have Mason Newmiller. He's just dropped down a couple of positions. He's down one overall. As I can hear carnage, it looks like Trevor McCoy's got caught up in something.
Yeah, saw a car spinning just out of frame there, and it is McCoy, who's gone around third place in the championship. He has lost his right front. What happened to him here? Looks like it might have been a solo incident.
Oh,
no. No, McCoy gets into the car that spins ahead of him. Okay. So that car in question looks to have been Logan Haynes. He got up on the berm right up the top. You see Haynes just ahead there. He turns in and sort of gets slipped up on the ramp. The rear just goes completely for Logan Haynes, and Trevor McCoy could do nothing to avoid.
Definitely unfortunate. Logan Haynes having a couple of connection issues again. Now, if memory serves me, that's not the first time he's had that.
He has been given an end-of-line penalty for being the car that caused a caution. But he's saying that he's done, he had to tow in the in-sim text chat. So we will lose another driver from this race. He's going to be joining Murphy and Hommel in what appears to be retirement territory. Logan Haynes will miss out on points in this feature. Jordan Schoen and Trevor McCoy, we're still waiting on them to potentially get back out of the pits there. McCoy's been in there for about a minute now. Jordan Schoen ended up pulling back into the pits. I'm not sure exactly why, but probably some biff and barge further back. So for the moment, Mason Setting is looking like one of the harder chargers in the top three, but the hard charger overall is pretty close between Braden Leggett and Cameron Stefanski. Stefanski's up 5 positions, Leggett up 7, and it looks like Julian Shanks up 8 places. So we've had some good runs from the drivers here in the early stages, where I've only just gotten to a quarter green flag distance in this feature, so plenty more to come.
I got to admit, this is one of those things where... That is a terrible camera view. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of those events where I honestly... I'm not looking at the clock. I'm looking for the action. And No Limit Racing, certainly if you want to get involved in dirt racing, this is a damn good place to start. So much fun.
Yeah, loads of fun. A lot of hard racing to be had. Speaking of hard racing, let's get it going again. Green flag with Dakota Proud in the lead. Mason Setting once again nailing that outside line. Look at the run he's got. Dakota Proud leaves him just enough space to stick his car alongside down the straights, and it looks like Proud's starting to move up here to cover him off, but Setting is going to cut underneath and get to the lead in turns 1 and 2. Can he park it on the apex and stop Proud from getting him back? Up the inside goes the number 19. Tyler Shane has a front row seat to this action, and look at the run he's got now. Oh, he almost saw an outside move, but Dakota Proud covered him off, and now Tyler Bickford is going to show his nose and make it a top 4 battle.
That was incredibly close action there. Like, I thought he was going to get a chance at the lead, and the door was very firmly shut in front of him, and then pressure behind from Tyler Bickford-Bicky as well. Absolutely fantastic stuff, but right now, it's the 3, the 19, and the 12 on the podium.
Yeah, looking all right for the moment, and Dakota Proud seems will get a little more breathing room maybe if the two Tylers there battling over third get it done with each other. Oh, crash up the back. Logan Haynes falling down the order, and it looks like that's going to be that for Logan Haynes. The front left is destroyed, and there's practically no steering on that car. That is crazy, and it looks like he might have a bit of trouble turning left as well, maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But the Gearhead Motorsports number 31 is not having a great time tonight. Started in 9th and has been in and around the happenings at the rear of the field. So reviewing that incident, 3-wide moment, the 44 comes up into him, Julian Shanks, and he gets sent into the wall. And unfortunately, the job was finished by Trevor McCoy, who once again had a car in the wall in front of him with no time to react.
Yeah, I got to admit, Haynes, that one wasn't on Haynes, I feel. He was just there along for the ride. Definitely a little bit unfortunate there. Julian Shanks getting caught up in it as well. But I got to admit, the racing has been fantastic, Rhys. Absolutely fantastic. And Eldora is starting to become one of my favorite tracks.
Yeah, I remember when the series originally started and we had the round at Eldora. I think that was the first round that really switched you on to what dirt racing could be. This is a magnificent track. It's probably one of the most famous dirt ovals in the world, apart from Knoxville and Williams Grove, etc. And for very good reason. It is a cathedral of speed. Well, lights off on the pace truck, and we are about to get that speed back up again. Unfortunately, Julian Shanks is the next driver to fall from this night of racing. He has disconnected from the server. So that's going to be the end of things for tonight for the number 44. Let's get ready to go. With Mason Setting leading us away this time to the lead. This is an important restart here for Mason Setting. He had the advantage, and it looks like trying down low is Tyler Shane, but there doesn't look to be much grip on the bottom at the moment. Needs to try and move up. Tyler Bickford trying to get onto the podium, and he's going to secure third once again. Dakota Proud, who started on pole, still remains in second. Big slide for P3 Tyler Bickford. And it looks like Tyler Shane is going to have his hands full. There's going to be a few cars who want to try and break into this top four. Adam Tyler Scott and Dwayne Hobbs side by side behind.
Yeah, these four at the front have really been pretty much inseparable so far. You can see Hobbs there trying to get into a battle as well. You got a whole line. It's a beautiful cucaracha line, ladies and gentlemen, of about 8 or 9 cars, all in hot pursuit of that podium.
Yes, all right, here we go, side by side again. Dakota Proud has fallen to third. And Tyler Bickford is going to try and give chase to Mason Setting, but the lead is there for Setting, and he is not willing to give it up. It is a battle for fourth and for third as well between Proud and Shane, but Mason Setting, he is nailing that high line. He is running the berm perfectly. And there goes Dakota Proud back past Tyler Shane once again. And it looks like Tyler's going to have to wait for another opportunity.
Well, despite the damaged car, Logan Haynes is out there pulling slide jobs again, this time against Trevor McCoy in the 00. Both of these cars rocking some damage, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the front nose cone of the 21 car. 21/00. Take your pick, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a little bit of damage. Landon Falkenberg's got nothing but a front row seat behind, but look at the front there of Logan Haynes. That right front has definitely been in some battles.
Yeah, fortunately, the speeds aren't quite high enough for drag to mean anything, but could be some chassis damage that Logan Haynes is still dealing with there. Jordan Shane, meanwhile, up the back of the field. He is struggling to maintain the pace after losing 4 positions total in this race. Hobbs gets it done around the outside of Mason Neumiller there. And they'll try and give chase to the drivers ahead, but it just seems like Tyler Bickford and Mason Setting are in their own world at the moment. And if anything, Tyler Bickford is going to try and make his mark on that world. He has been looking up the inside of Mason Setting for the last few laps now. That's a big slide from the number 3. This could be the chance that the 07 needs. And up the inside he goes, but there's not enough momentum on the title line down low, and Mason Setting stays in the lead for now.
Absolutely fantastic stuff, Rhys. I'm going to run out of fingernails by the time the end of this is over. More battles happening further back. Landon Falkenberg has made his way past Trevor McCoy. Definitely did not see that one coming. As I say that, McCoy fights back. But right now, the battle is indeed for the lead. It's the number 3 of Mason Setting versus the 7 of Tyler Bickford Bicky.
Yeah, this is fantastic, and we're almost at lap 30 here, so we're going to have a massive fight between these two for sure. Tyler Shane, Dakota Proud, Adam Tyler Scott, they are not a part of this anymore as the track has worn in. Setting and Bickford have come alive, and Bickford's right in the rear end of Mason Setting, pressuring him for this lead. This is one of the best lead battles I've ever seen in this series. And he's looking for that lane to the inside, tries to straighten it up. Mason Setting coming down a bit lower there on the exit there, blocking the maneuver from Tyler Bickford, but he's going to dip down low, try to straighten the car up a bit sooner and get the run down the straight. It's looking more and more impossible to do as time goes on. He's waiting for that middle line to come in, or waiting for the top to go off. Mason Setting loses the lead, but he's going to come back. He's trying to sneak up the inside there. Little bit of a rear quarter tap to Tyler Bickford, and they both get into the wall as they come up on the lap car of Jordan Shane, who's going to stay out of the way.
That's definitely a good call. I would not want to be in the middle of that, and this is going to open up an opportunity there for Tyler Shane. You can see just 6 tenths of a second ahead. He can see that lead battle, but let's check in a little bit further back, ladies and gentlemen. Side by side, it's Dwayne Hobbs and Mason Newmiller.
Fighting for 6th place, these two, and they are cutting back on each other all the time there. Newmiller with a big tank slapper getting into the wall. Not ideal. We also see that Braden Leggett is trying to find his way past Cameron Stefanski and Aiden Lambert. Stefanski is holding on very nicely to 7th place, up 5 spots, and very nicely done for last round's feature winner. Aiden Lambert has a solid run around the outside there, powers out and gets the move done in the short term on Braden Leggett, but doesn't seem like there's much he's going to be able to do to overcome that. So nicely done. He's going to take the position is Aiden Lambert. Logan Haynes, meanwhile, gets back into it there. Oh, okay. It looks like a couple of technical issues once again for Logan. And it looks like Tyler Shane has run out of pace up the front. He is now battling with Mason Setting for second as Tyler Bickford has brought his lead out to nearly 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, certainly once Bicky got by, he was very much a sorted man. Mason Setting now going to apply a good bit of pressure. Actually, Tyler Bickford Bicky up 6 positions so far. He is indeed the hardest charger, rivaled only by the number 20 car of Braden Leggett, who's currently back there in 10th place.
Yeah, looking good for the moment, but we're still going to have a few laps to go here. Currently on lap 37 for our leaders. Adam Tyler Scott and Dakota Proud now fighting over 4th place. The pole sitter, excuse me, has been sort of sliding backwards very slowly, but is keeping up a good pace at the moment. And Adam Tyler Scott is having trouble finding a way past, only going to have a couple more opportunities here. The leaders are coming up on 2 laps to go, and it looks like Tyler Shane is basically done with his fight for the lead. Bickford now out to a lead of 1.7 seconds as he comes around to take the white flag. What a drive it has been from this 07 machine. Has kept the pace up. He picked his battles, and now in the late stages he's found out that he has a great car for this track. Best time to do it. Tyler Bickford is going to win the feature at Eldora for round 5 of the Colburn Race Wraps High Stakes Late Models presented by No Limit Racing. That was a fantastic feature.
Spicy
still
across
going
the
off
line.
there.
Yeah, let's see if we can get a replay of that.
Leggett apparently got Lambert at the line there. That was very interesting indeed. So Aiden Lambert focusing on the aerial view here, up high, got the number 12 down low. That was Jordan Shane, lapped car. Up the inside then of Aiden Lambert, sorry. Actually, no, yeah, that's Stefanski. They're both running the number 2 there. So, very nice run there. The number 20 of Shane Leggett trying to get up the inside, and whew, that was mighty close indeed. Well, our top 3 have stopped on the start-finish stretch for a bit of a photo opportunity as we have our chance to go through our results. Zippy, Tyler Bickford taking victory by 1.8 seconds. That's a solid winning margin with Tyler Schoen and Mason Setting rounding out your podium. Dakota Proud started on pole, had to settle for 4th. Adam Tyler Scott rounds out your top 5. Then we had Dwayne Hobbs and Mason Neumiller taking 6th and 7th, with Stefanski, Leggett and Lambert rounding out your top 10. Our top 9 on the lead lap. Joining Lambert a lap down, Logan Haynes, Landon Falkenberg, and Jordan Schoen, with Trevor McCoy out sort of 6 laps from the end. And we had solid retirements from Julian Shanks, Connor Murphy, Garrett Hommel, and James Dorr. A real shame, especially for James, who was barely able to make it 1 lap into that feature.
Yeah, definitely not the result he was looking for, but I do believe, Rhys, you've been able to catch up with our 3rd place finisher, Mr. Mason Setting.
Indeed. Welcome back, Mason. The number 3 finishing P3 today. It was a very tight battle up the front all race long.
Yeah, you know, I smoked my tires way too much early in the race. It's slick. I think I missed the setup just a little bit, missed the gear a little bit. I'm not really worried about it. I'm just happy to have, I think, claim the champion for a little bit and have a good night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it was a good race from you, Mason. But yeah, it looked like by and large the racing was very clean up the front. It was hard, but it was fair.
Yeah, it was pretty much top 1 and 2, middle 1 and. It was pretty much just a 1-lane track. You know, it's kind of boring because you can't really have racing, but you can still have good racing if people know what they're doing, which is harder to race clean with no mirrors because you really can't see where people are. You're just going based off of motor sounds and people around you.
Well, Lernerville, next round of the championship, Mason. No wall on the outside in turns 1 and 2 and down the back stretch. It's going to be a treacherous one.
Sometimes it gets slick, sometimes it don't get slick. Usually it's on the top, but early in the race the bottom's pretty good. You know, you gotta watch your right rear on the cushion because there's no wall to catch you. If you go over, you're pretty much screwed. You can't do anything about it. Just get back on the track and keep on going.
Yeah, indeed. Well, regardless, congratulations on the result tonight, Mason. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad and Twisted Speed for giving me my sets to be able to be good on this sim rig and be high in the points on here.
Yeah, good points haul for you, Mason Setting. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Yep, thank you.
Next up is going to be Tyler Schoen, who joins us now. And, well, it was a Tyler 1-2 at the front of the field, it seems, Tyler. You were right in the mix the whole way through.
Yeah, I just got backed up early on in the race and wasn't able to run him down. But I feel like if I had a few more laps, I think I was catching him, but I just got backed up too quick.
It was interesting how the track evolved over the course of that feature. We saw lots of usage of the middle line, but then right towards the end, it looked like the top started coming back.
Yeah, the top side was really good, and I felt like as the race went on, my car was just getting better up there. But yeah, the top was definitely the fastest, but it also was really technical too. So it was a good race though.
Yeah, a bit of a challenge to keep it out of the wall around here at Eldora. It's another solid points haul for you from tonight, and we've still got plenty to go in this championship, so here's hoping that you continue getting those results. Any other tracks this season that stand out to you as places where you think you'll be good?
Oh, I think what's next week? Is next week Cedar Lake? I'm not
Lernerville.
sure. Lernerville, yeah, Lernerville. I like Lernerville, so that'll be a good one. Hopefully.
All right, well, we'll see if we see you on the podium there, Tyler. Anyone you want to thank before we let you go?
Yep, I'll thank Shones Motorsports, Shones Science and Graphics, Infamous Raceworks, Shones Auto Repair, and Shones Speed Graphics, and then all you guys for making these races happen.
It's all shown all the time. Tyler Shown there. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Yep, see you guys.
And finally, for drivers, we have our winner, Tyler Bickford. Man, what a run, Tyler. You looked like you were taking your time early on in that race. You weren't getting like amongst it in terms of going for the lead right away, but once you started building that momentum, it looked pretty hard to stop you.
Yeah, I was starting at the bottom of Eldora. You always got to be a little patient, wait for the opportunity to arise to move up, you know. So I was just playing it easy in the beginning, and once I got to the top, I knew I could just let it rip, basically.
Well, Tyler Schoen was saying that if he had a few more laps, maybe he might have started catching you with the way the track was evolving and ripping the top, etc. Do you think that the track would have gotten better for you as time went on?
Probably not. I got wheel damage pretty early on there, and maybe that's what helped me get the drive off the corners. I don't know, but it probably would have hurt me in a longer run for sure.
Yeah, certainly. Well, you join the roster of feature winners once again this season, Tyler. Is there any shout-outs or sponsors you want to thank?
Got to thank No Limit for putting the race on, you guys for the broadcast, Midwest Sim Sports, CFM, and anybody else on the car, man. Appreciate all the help.
Absolutely, and we appreciate you coming in to have a chat with us, Tyler. Good luck at Lernerville.
Thank you.
All right, that's going to round things off for driver interview, Zippy. And it looks like that may be all that we have time for. But for the moment, once again, a fantastic round of the high-stakes late models by No Limit Racing. Yeah, I'm just really impressed at the quality of racing we got up the front tonight.
It was honestly, it was absolutely incredible. Don't get me wrong, we was a little bit worried for a little bit for, are we going to have a yellow flag kind of, you know, evening? And don't get me wrong, I think they had one round where even race control was kind of like ready to go and put, you know, when you see in the cartoons, you see in the, I can't say the cartoon, I guess, because people would get upset, but you see the cartoon where, you know, you fire it and you get a little flag that comes out and says POW. I have a feeling that's where the yellow flag was going to be, only they were going to take it out and put a couple of bullets and then shoot that yellow flag in there. But certainly, that took a long way to get to a very weak point. I do apologise. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Pit Road Productions. Honestly, it's been an absolute ball, and I keep finding, don't get me wrong, it's the only series I can think of where I don't get the desire to drive it because I've tried and I royally sucked, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll be the first to admit that. Don't get me wrong, but it's just so much from the spectator sport. And one of the things I was thinking about earlier is that, can you imagine that if you're there, you're in the grandstand, and you just get this field of 18, 20, I think we saw 30 cars at one point going by, and the woof, 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 just absolutely fantastic atmosphere that, you know what, if we can bring that experience to you at home, I'd say we're doing a good job. We want you to get as much of a buzz out of this as we do here in the booth. But certainly, if you want to get a bit more of that buzz, definitely make sure you hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Hit it on our Twitch. Ladies and gentlemen, our debut broadcast on Twitch. So definitely hit that subscribe button. We'd like to grow it a little bit more. We want to try and reach out a bit more. And if anybody is really familiar with TikTok, feel free to explain it to me, because I don't get it. So by all means, educate me on that. But Rhys, now that I've done a little shameless plug for ourselves on that one, any words you'd like to try and get in there?
Not really, other than it was a great race tonight, and I'm looking forward to Lernerville next week, as we alluded to, the next track on the schedule, and I think one of the most striking ones.
Schedule? We didn't do that. Now's the time. Rhys, do the honors, sir.
Yes. All right, so here we were at Eldora for round 5, and well, yes, we go to Lernerville next week. No wall up top, going to be an interesting one.
Whoa.
Fairbury and Knoxville rounding out the first 8 rounds of the season. Fantastic first part of the season there, and then flicking over the old page, we will see another.
I don't think we got another page, Rhys.
We don't have another page? There's only 8 rounds?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's only 8 rounds. Okay,
Attaboy.
cool. I came into this expecting it to be a 12, 13 round season. That'll teach me for not actually clicking on the schedule graphic and only looking at the preview. Well, regardless, yeah, that's your schedule there, ending at the end of September. So we do have plenty more racing still to come. 3 rounds to go out of this one, Zippy.
Yeah, I got to admit, I've just had a very dirty thought there, Rhys, and it's a shameful thought, but I used to be a admin on one of the most messed up Wreckfest servers. Anybody who's seen me drive can tell that I was duly qualified for such things. Not only that, for some of the banter, you could call it, as well. That was why I was duly appointed that admin role, but some of the tracks we would do would indeed be over, and I'm almost wondering if we need to have like an end-of-season blowout. No damage, no rules, full send. If you want to,
can I drive?
I don't know if we should broadcast it or drive. Like, I can't drive these things. I think we would have more fun commentating it, but certainly a fun thought, perhaps, for the kind of admins over at No Limit Racing. And certainly, I'm going to give a shout out to Mo as well, the original guy from No Limit Racing, and a huge shout out to him because he really helped us make sure we got season 2, and for that I definitely appreciate it, and hopefully he's doing well. But Rhys, I guess what we should probably do is get this wrapped up. If you would like to do the honor, sir.
Big thanks, everybody, to watching on Pit Road Productions on YouTube and Twitch today. Let us know how the Twitch broadcast went if you're watching it at the moment, or if you're looking at the VOD, etc. And yeah, look forward to Lernerville next week. A big thanks to Colburn Race Wraps and all of the sponsors here at No Limit Racing for helping to put this on. I'm Rhys Gardner, Daniel Salmon alongside me in the comms box and producing behind the scenes here on Pit Road Productions. See you next week at Lernerville. Don't go over the berm.
Attaboy.